look at it. If you're not, you're not. It's no big deal. Am I recording? Yes, I'm recording. All right. So for people just coming in, we just recorded. We just said that the acute angles, all acute angles are equal, all obtuse angles are equal, and this only happens when parallel lines are cut by a transversal. You can just read the top to see what we're talking about. All right. So it says that in the diagram, we're not going to talk about that. Whatever. Okay. So when parallel lines are cut by a transversal, let me say this first. This is what I call a level one relationship. Level one angle relationship is we're just talking about A's and O's, acute and obtuse angle. This is level one relationship, A's and O's. Acute and obtuse angle are level one type angles because, you know, that's baby stuff. Level two type angles are these relationships here. Level two type angles are create four relationships. So when parallel lines are cut by transversal, there are four relationships that are formed, and the relationships are really in the the definition of the word. So when I look at this word right here, alternate or the alternate interior angles. What does the word alternate mean? Just type it in the chat. Just type it in the chat. Just type it in the chat. What does the word alternate mean? Okay, good. And what does the word interior mean? Good. Come on, y'all. Come on, scholars. So alternate interior angles are angles that switch inside. So we just have to know, I should probably use the same color. I'll use yellow for highlighting parallel lines. Okay, we just have to know where is inside. Inside would be here. This is inside, everybody. Inside. So if you're going to alternate inside, you're switching along what? You're switching along the transversal. So you're switching along here. Alternate interior angles are angles that switch on the inside. So 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles. That's the angle symbol. And then 4, it's going to get tricky with all these colors. 4 and 5 alternate interior because they switch inside the parallel lines. Switch inside, switch inside, switch inside. And we know that's level two. Level two calls them alternate interior angles. So if you're talking about angles that switch inside, you're talking about alternate interior angles. And we know that they're equal because 4 and 5 are acute angles, which means they're equal. That's level one. And 3 and 6 are obtuse angles. And we know they're equal. For the last problem, that's level one. So level one says, hey, 3 and 6 are obtuse. We know they're equal. Level two says, but 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles. They have a different relationship. That's why they're equal as well. 4 and 5 are acute, level one. Level two says 4 and 5 are alternate interior angles. So with that same thinking, alternate exterior means to switch outside. So yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. So outside, so 1 and 8 are alternate interior, alternate exterior, and then 2 and 7 are alternate exterior because they switch on the outside. Switch on the outside. Switch inside. Switch outside. Now, 2 and 7 are a level one relationship. They're obtuse. 1 and 8 are a level two one relationship. They're acute, but level two calls them an alternate exterior. Now, corresponding is a little different. Corresponding, which means if I tell you that 2 and 6 are corresponding, I am saying they are on the same side of the transversal, one inside and one outside of the parallel line. So corresponding are the same side of the transversal, one inside, one outside. So this will be the one that's on the outside. That's on the outside. And this is on the inside. Same side of the transversal. I will highlight this transversal this time. Same side of the transversal. Okay, so 4 and 8. I didn't write down the first one. 4 and 8 are corresponding. 2 and 6 are corresponding. What's the other two that's corresponding? Type them in the chat box. All right, I see some corrections. Good, good, good. I'm glad y'all correcting. So 1 and 5. 1 and 5, everybody, because there's one inside the parallel lines. This is inside the parallel lines. 1 and 5. One inside, one outside. Okay, and then the last angle that you all said was 3 and 7. Okay, so those are corresponding. One inside the parallel lines and one outside. Somebody, if you say like 1 and 7, that doesn't work because 1 is an acute angle, 7 is an obtuse angle. They can't be equal. We're saying that all these relationships are equal. And then the last type of angles are vertical angles. Vertical angles, these are the angles that are diagonal from each other. They make an X, or you may see two V's. So I'm gonna highlight so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. So if I look for an X, I'll see, if I say an X, I'll just do that and I'll pick another color. Do this and that. Okay, that's my X, right? And so if I look and say, Mr. O'Neill says that vertical angles are angles that are diagonal from each other, then 1 is diagonal from 4. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 4. Okay, and then 2 is diagonal from 3. Angle 2 is diagonal from 3. Now, when I say they make an X, that's my X right there. But if you want to see a V, you can see the V of this. So this is my V. This is my V. Or if you want to see the bigger V, this is my obtuse V. This is my obtuse V. Okay, so V for vertical or vertical angles like that. So now when we go to the next set of parallel lines, I don't know why I'm drawing the thing now, the arrows. Okay, so y'all type in the chat box a vertical angle. What's the last two pair of vertical angles? All right, good. 6 and 7. And I can get some more colors. 5 and 8. So let's wrap this up with this thinking before I start giving y'all the challenge questions at the end. So this is the deal, everybody. This is what we're saying. We are saying that at level one, when you have parallel lines, cut by a transversal, at level 1, they make A's and O's, acute and obtuse angles. And we're saying that all the acute angles are equal to each other and all the obtuse angles are equal to each other at level 1. And then we are saying, I didn't write this down, so let me put this in there. But we are also saying that A plus O equals 180. Those are the three things we're saying at level 1. Level 1, we're saying all A's or acute angles are equal to each other, all obtuse angles are equal to each other, and then A plus O equals 180. That's what we're saying. Okay? And then at level 2 relationships, we're now giving those A's and O's a name. I skipped this because I wanted to work this out, but this is the same thing we just went over. We're giving those A's and O's a name. So we're saying that if the A's are on the inside switching across the transversal, they are alternate interior angles. If that's a O, sorry, I said A's. If the O's are inside switching across the transversal, we're saying that they're alternate interior. If the A's are inside switching across the transversal, we're saying they're alternate interior. If the A's are on the outside of the parallel lines switching across the transversal, they are alternate exterior. Switching across the transversal on the outside, the O's are alternate exterior. Level 2, we're saying if the O's are on the same side of the transversal, but one outside and one inside, we're now calling them corresponding. We're calling these A's corresponding. We're calling these A's corresponding. We're calling these O's corresponding. And then lastly, if we have O's across from each other, they're vertical, diagonally across from each other, they're vertical. They're vertical. These O's are vertical, these A's are vertical. Okay, so I'm opening up. If you have a question, get on the mic and ask me anything that you need to clarify before I hop in on these problems that we do together. All right, so I am going to let me see. Chat, manage participants. All right, so this is what I want to do. I want to unmute everyone because I want participation here. So if you cannot talk, just mute yourself when I unmute you. So I'm gonna unmute all. And if you cannot talk, just mute yourself. All right, so here we go, y'all. So level 1 is the easiest thing for us to do. So we're gonna put in level 1 relationships. So this is an A, this is an A, this is a what? Is this an A or an O?
Where
are you pointing?
Y'all don't see what I'm circling?
No.
So y'all don't see me?
Oh, I see it. I see it now.
Okay. Okay, so what is this right here?
Oh, talking about the 6?
Obtuse.
Six.
A. A.
All right, I'll call out the name. The 8.
A.
The 7.
O.
The 5.
O.
The 1.
O.
The 3.
O.
Okay, so that's level 1. So what is the level 2 relationship of angle 1 and 3? I know this is gonna be hard to see when y'all don't even know the relationship. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna copy this onto this document.
Vertical.
They are vertical. Good job for people that know.
Yay.
They are definitely vertical. I am going to did I start this?
4, 5, 6.
Okay. So they are definitely vertical. What about angle 1 and 5? 1 and 5, what are they?
Corresponding.
Corresponding.
What about angle 8 and the angle 2, which is 30? 8 and 2. 8 and 2.
Alternate exterior.
Alternate exterior.
Yep, alternate exterior. And what about 4 and 6? 4 and 6.
Alternate
Interior.
Yeah, alternate interior angles. All right, good. So,
Wouldn't that also be vertical because it's diagonal?
but they're diagonal in the X. Remember, they have diagonal in the X.
Oh, okay.
All right, so angle 1, if angle, this is angle 2. Oh, come on now.
My bad.
So if angle 2 is 30, what is angle 1, everybody?
150.
Yeah, good. What is angle 4?
30.
30.
Would it be 30?
What is angle 7?
150.
150.
150.
150. What is angle 5?
150.
150.
150. What's angle 3?
150.
150.
150. And then what is angle 6?
30.
30.
30.
30. All right, so we're gonna move over here to the challenge problem, and then we're gonna be done for the day. All right, so they tell us that angle 6, we already know what angle 6 is, right? What is angle 6?
90.
90.
90 degrees. And that is all they give us, and they say that angle 1 is 55. Angle 1 is 55. Now I'm going to use the highlighter real quick. Because I'm only going to look at these parallel lines cut by this this transversal here. Okay, so if the blue and the purple do not meet, then we can't talk about those angles because we're only looking at the parallel lines cut by this transversal. So I'm just bringing this out. I'm only looking at this and this. That's all I'm looking at in these angles. If any other angle cuts through, we can't look at it. So understanding that angle 1 and angle 5, if this is now angle 1 and this is angle 5, what kind of relationship do they have?
Corresponding.
Corresponding.
So angle 5 is how many degrees?
55.
55.
5 degrees. Okay. Angle 1 and angle 2 do this. So they have to be supplementary, which means if angle 1 is 55, then angle 2 has to be what?
125.
125.
125. All right. Angle 1 and angle 3 are what type of angles?
Vertical.
Vertical.
So if angle 1 is 55, angle 3 has to be what?
55.
55. Good. Angle 2 and angle 4 are what type of angles?
Vertical.
Vertical. So if angle 2 is 125, angle 4 has to be what?
125.
25.
125. Good. Angle 5 and angle 10, which is this angle right here, angle 5 and angle 10 are what type of angles?
Vertical.
Vertical.
Vertical. So if angle 5 is 55, angle 10 has to be what?
55.
55.
55.
All right, and so this angle right here is being cut by these two angles. Okay? And I know the angle right here inside is 90. That angle is 90. So what is the entire angle? This angle 2 and this entire angle right here share what type of relationship?
What?
Angle 2 and this angle right here share what type of relationship? Angle 2 and that angle?
Corresponding?
Corresponding, right. So if this is 90 degrees already right here, if that's 90 degrees, how much is this angle right here?
Huh?
Well,
35.
I don't know.
All right, so this entire angle is 125.
30.
This entire angle is 125, y'all. And if this
35.
is 90 already, this angle has to be what?
35.
35.
Okay.
And angle 7 and angle 8 are what type of angles?
Vertical.
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 So that means 8 is what?
35.
35.
35. Angle 6 and angle 9 are what type of angles?
Vertical.
Vertical. That means angle 9 is what?
90.
90.
90. So now how do I figure out angle 1? It's inside of a what?
Triangle.
Triangle. What's that?
Oh, okay. So, wait, what was 3? Oh, 55.
35.
That's 90.
145
It's
divided by 2 is
Somebody already said the answer. 90, 55,
35.
and then we take 180, so 35 degrees. All right, y'all. I got 135 subscribers. Woo woo to be.
Who actually went and subscribed to you? I want to know.
Oh my God. He
And he like kind of like a
had like
hater.
a million.
All right, I gotta go.
Mr. O'Neal, you don't have a million.
You definitely don't have a million.
Aiden
That's
probably has
sorry,
about
content.
5.
Mr.
I
O'Neal.
don't have I don't post on my YouTube channel.
Holla
I only have a YouTube account to watch videos. I don't post.
at your boy.